Stas 23 here. Today we're going to be talking about Olight, who is having their 16th anniversary sale. Wow, I had no idea Olight had been in the community for 16 years. It started in 2007. So they're going to have up to 40% off store-wide. That's some pretty awesome deals. And the public sale starts tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time or 7 p.m. Central Time and will end on 4/22 at 11:59 Eastern Time. That's p.m. U.S. customers get free shipping on orders over $49, and anything that isn't on sale, you can use code STASA23 for a discount. I think 10% discount. Here's some of the new products that they're debuting. First one is a knife. So we're going to kind of do a quick review of this one. This is the new Spurdog. It's a medium to smaller knife, and the sale price on this will be $51. You have a total length on it at 6.94 inches. So like I said, medium to smaller knife. With a 2.99-inch blade. So it's going to be legal in a lot of areas with 3 and under blade laws. You have a grip area from here to the back of 3.41 inches. And you have a nice drop point blade with a black coated finish on it of a D2 steel with a 0.10 stock thickness. So it's fairly thin and probably pretty slicey. You have a small row of grippy jimping there. Do have a sharpening tool, clears the plunge. You may get a sharpening or two before it starts to widen up. Nice precise point up there for doing piercing stuff. And you have a flat grind that comes down to around 17 thousandths behind the edge. That paired with that thinner stock, it should slice pretty well. Let's see how this D2 performs. The knife came very, very sharp out of box and sliced very well. Performed really good with the shorter strips of cardboard. The longer cuts through cardboard may tend to slide out of the cut toward the end because of the belly and because of that shorter blade. But this type of stuff or breaking down a box, it should do excellent, and this thing is slicing very, very well. Now we're going to test the ergos and see how well that edge wants to bite into the wood. The light pressure, the ergos on the knife were good, no hot spots, and I had a lot of control. The frag scales offered some texture and a little bit of grip while not being uncomfortable. I noticed that the hammer grip was my go-to means of holding the knife. I just felt really locked in, and it allowed me to push a lot of force into the wood without feeling like I was losing control at all. Once I started increasing the pressure, however, I started feeling that clip a little bit. It wasn't terrible, but I definitely noticed it was there. But all in all, it was comfortable. Now we move to the 1/2-inch twisted sisal rope. The knife was super, super sharp near that tip with a good bit of aggression to the edge. Just, something I love to see. So this made cutting sisal rope a breeze. Excellent blade shape for cutting on a flat surface. Obviously, you have a good bit of belly, so you can do slicing motions, you can do push down motions, and I'm doing a lot of push cuts here. I was definitely kind of shocked on how keen the edge was, and I was kind of worried the smaller handle and having aluminum scales that it was going to be a little tough to do this, but it was not. I was easily able to do this. I'm, going to cut till I run out of rope, and we end up making 50 cuts. This is D2 steel. D2 can hold an edge for a good while. It's not a stainless, but it is a tool steel. So 50 cuts, I think, is respectable, and that edge still felt really, really good. We'll see how it performs in the last test, but so far, I'm impressed. The knife's going to really shine doing drag cuts like this. That belly is going to allow you to get more of the edge onto the surface, so you're not dulling out, just one little bitty spot, like, if you can only use that tip. Still very sharp. passing through all the materials very nicely. You know, I wouldn't be shocked if it was kind of dull in the front, but I would be very happy if it wasn't. D2 can, you know, if it's done well, can perform very, very good. It's a little chippy here and there sometimes, and you know, not always. It's not my favorite steel to use. Now, this is that very heavy 12-ounce denim that can really wreck an edge, but man, it felt good all the way to the end. And I gotta say, I was satisfied. I really wish it wasn't assisted, but beggars can't be choosers. Overall, I think it did great. Well, I thought it performed great. Let's see if it has any edge left. Yeah, I'd call that pretty good. It's got a few hang-ups, not bad at all. The ergos on this knife were pretty good. Good shape for the handle. Fits my medium-sized hand nicely in these little choil areas, and then this little swell back here. The fragged aluminum scales offer some texture. It's not overly aggressive, like I said, while still adding some grip to your hand. You have T8 on the hardware, flow-through construction, deep carry, tip up, right-handed pocket clip only, not tip for left-handed. You have the aluminum scales on top of stainless steel liners, so that's going to add a little bit extra weight. It's coming in at 3.4 ounces. Not bad, but for its size, it is a little heavier. You do have a big lanyard hole for your lanyard people. Now, one thing that I don't like about this knife is it's an assisted opening knife. That said, you have a minimal flipper tab with jimping there, and it does come out nice and fast, and it's easy to one-hand close it because the assist doesn't take effect till halfway closed, and I can easily pull it down, no problem whatsoever. Now, in the closed position, they do have a secondary lock right here. So if you lock that, you can't open it up accidentally in your pocket. The reason why I'm not a big assisted fan, one, because I like my manual opening knives. That's a joy I get with the knives. And two, it's one extra thing to break on the knife. If that torsion spring breaks, your knife is pretty much useless unless you open it and lock it yourself, or at least the deployment's useless. And then another thing is that these secondary locks, if that comes loose, then it's just gonna cause trouble as well. Because if you lock this in the open position, it makes this act really, really funny. You can still disengage that lock, but you can't close the knife because it has like a little bar in there. So in order to reset it, you gotta really open this hard. As you see, it doesn't lock up if the lock's on, because it doesn't allow this to go all the way to that stop pin. And now you're locking up. Speaking of lock, sitting at around, I'd say 50% or so. No side to side, no up and down, as I expected. Quick size comparison with the Ontario Rat 2 and the Oknife Roboto 3, and the QSP Penguin and the Civivi Elementum. Nitpicks and complaints: I'm not an assisted fan person. Just more things to break. I don't like any of these secondary locks. That's just something to cause trouble later down the road. They got tons of billboarding. You get the name, the model, big old Oknife here, D2. You know, I just put the blade steel and maybe your maker's mark. I don't know. Also, it's only tipped for right-hand carry only, and I would have liked to see the sharpening choil increased a little bit more, give you a little bit more sharpening life. But you can fix that yourself because it's the stop pin doesn't cause any issues with that. So overall, my final thoughts on this: at $51, I think it's a good knife. You know, it performed really well. It's comfortable in the hand, especially if you have a medium-sized hand. It's comfortable. If you like assist, it's a good snappy assist on this one. Locks up nicely. It's a good slicer, and the D2's coated, so you're not gonna have to worry about it rusting. So if you want one of these, be ready whenever the sale starts. I'm sure they'll probably sell out rather quickly. I will have links to everything down in the description. We also got some other things to look at. We also have this utility knife. This is the Octical. It's shaped like a lion. Yeah, I didn't see it at first, but now I do. This one is, they came out with the G10 version originally. This one has the G10 with the carbon fiber over the top of it right here and the stainless steel backside. It's a pretty cool little tool that's going to come in at sale price of $17.99. Not bad. What I like about it is it's fairly lightweight at 1.61 ounces. It has a bottle opener right here, a flathead or pry bar, and a 6.3, I think 6.35 millimeter hex bit can fit there. And it's fairly comfortable. It's got little jimping right here, and it's fairly easy to work. You got 2 stopping points there and here. Now, some things I don't like about this. The biggest thing for me is you have to use their blades. So because of those little holes and the way this thing screws down, you have to use theirs. Now, you can buy them in a pack of 10 on Amazon for $6. They're SK2 steel blades. I don't know how well they hold an edge or not, but it's a safety razor, so it's not going to hold an edge that great. That's a bummer. Also, like I said, it works nice. You just push down on that button and slide it forward. It goes over a track right here, and once you have this thing all the way closed and there's nothing, the blade's not sticking out, you can lock it by turning this up. Now, you don't want to overturn this too many times because then it won't lock. It'll be able to jump over. That right there just locks it, so you're not going to push it forward. But the second thing that I don't like about this is the fact that this is a pain in the rear to change out the blade. It's just a lot of work to change out a utility knife blade when there's a lot of tools like this that are easy to swap out rather quick, like the Outdoor Edge one for like $10. You know, this one looks a little cooler, and I like the, functionality of it, but those things kind of are a deal breaker for me. Now, this would be great for, say, a center console of a vehicle, glove box, EDC pouch, something like that, when you're only going to use it every now and again, and then when you do need to change it, you can just, change it, put it back, and maybe not use it for another year or so. All right, next up, we have one of my favorite flashlights to use to walk my dog. This is the i5R EOS. It's an excellent size light for doing short walks and stuff like that. I love that it has the bi-directional pocket clip. You can either clip it to your pants, clip it to a backpack strap or something, or clip it right here to the brim of your hat. It comes with a rechargeable lithium battery, a 1420 lithium battery, and the battery itself has the charging port, a Type-C charging port to it, and it comes with a charging cable. 350 lumens on high for 10 minutes, then it'll bump down gradually down to 150 lumens for 170 minutes. That's a pretty decent time. And the starting mode right there, the low mode on, it's 15 lumens for 37 hours. Next, we have the Donut Edition. Looks just like the Desert Warrior. The i3T EOS. This is my favorite all-day carry flashlight. It's nice and lightweight, nice and slim, and it's plenty bright enough. The high lumens on this is 180 at 21 minutes, low lumens 5 for 16 hours. Comes with a AAA battery. You can also use a AAA lithium as well. And lastly, we have this i16. This is exclusive for Olight and their 16th anniversary. A nice teal color on this one. These are excellent small lights, and with any purchase, you get one of these for free while the supplies last. There's either this or something. There's another thing. I'll try to pop it up on the screen if I remember. These are great for hanging on a keychain. They're twisties. You have, as you can see, low and high. So you start turning it, and your low is moonlight at 5 lumens for 12 hours, and then you turn it all the way to the right, and you have high at 100 lumens for 23 minutes. So definitely bright enough for most people's task. And it has the USB-C charging port right there. Love it whenever I don't have to pull the battery out to charge it. They have a little indicator light right there, red when it's charging, green when it's charged. And of course, you know, their quality is second to none. Their threading is always so smooth. So they have a lot of cool offerings, even way more than this. This is just what they sent me to check out. I would love to hear y'all thoughts if y'all plan on picking any of this stuff up. Like I said, if you use my links, it helps out the channel. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you want to help support what I do, then and you're planning on buying something anyway, then that would help me out a lot. So there you go. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I hope everybody's having an absolute amazing day. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.